Good evening and welcome to my presentation. My name is Patrice Doherty Bigara. My presentation is about positive leadership skills. Um, Employees' engagement and well-being has become one of the main priorities for senior executive organizations. The business leaders have identified a high-performing workforce as one of the essential business needs of the modern business environment, as mentioned by Harvard Business Review Analytics Service 2013. An engaged workforce can be the difference between success and failure. It is therefore important for the leadership of the company to foster and promote employees' engagement. The leadership in a company can enhance employees' engagement through the use of positive leadership skill. Positive leaders have qualities and encourage participation, honesty, and empathy in members of the organization. The effect of the employees is a feeling of support and safety, and this improves energy in the team. The positive qualities of a leader are honesty, integrity, communication, commitment, passion, creativity, and innovations. This presentation will evaluate and examine creativity and innovation as one of the positive leadership skills that will improve employees' engagement. Creativity is the ability to conceive new ideas and ways of doing things within a person's mind. On the other hand, innovation is about introducing change in a system. The difference between creativity and innovation is that creativity is subjective and innovation is measurable. Creativity is a thought process and thus hard to measure. It is a personal trait and it can be enhanced. Innovation is the work need to be turned ideas into viable solution. Organization use the innovation process to convert its creative resources into appropriate business solution in order to reap return on the investment on creativity and innovations. Teresa Amabile, a PhD in psychology, gives us one of the simplest frameworks on creativity and innovation. In computational theory of creativity, she posits influence on creativity, including three within individual components: knowledge, the creativity process, and task motivation. The confluence of the three components is responsible for cognitive part of the creative process. The component that is not within the individual is the environmental that influence. It is the environment that influences a person more so the social environment. Amabile componential theory incorporates the cognitive part of creativity and external influence part, and thus the theory is suitable in explaining the creativity and innovative process in an organization. The decision that follows is one of the three within individual components and the environmental influence on the creative process. According to Amabil, knowledge is all the relevant information a person brings on the creative and problem-solving process. The domain-relevant skill include an individual expertise, technical know-how, and talent in the particular field within which the innovative process lie within. That's according to that is Amable in 2012. For example, Apple's innovation is wearable computing technology require that the team involved to be expert in software engineering and others relevant fields. Knowledge for creativity can be achieved in two ways: having in a depth experience and long-term focus in a specific area that allowing for an individual to build on their expertise in a particular domain. The long-term experience can then be used as the foundation for innovation within the individual particular field. The other way is having a diverse and broad view of different elements and then being able to combine the disparate element into new ways. A highly creative individual or organization is one that is able to combine these two modes of knowledge. A balance is struck between the depth and breadth of knowledge in order to maximize the creative effort. Amiable views knowledge as the raw material that an individual can rely and draw throughout the creative process. The skill and expertise an individual has enabled them to measure the viability of their response in the creative process and thus enhance the value of their contribution. The cognitive style and personal characteristics are key components of the creative and innovative process. The thinking process and personality traits should be conducive to independence, risk-taking, new approach to problem, a disciplined work ethics, and an ability to generate ideas. The creative thinking process should have the following characteristics: the ability to disagree and depart from the status quo, ability to integrate knowledge from disparate field, and an ability to step aside in order to gain a fresh and new perspective on a problem. The creative process can also depend on the intelligence of the individual involved. Roger Sternberg is one of the theorists that has contributed to the study on the relationship between creativity and intelligence. His theatric theory posits that there are three main elements to intelligence that play a vital role in creativity. The three aspects of synthetics, analytics, and practical. Coy et al. in 2016 talk about that. The synthetic aspect also refer to as the creative aspect entail the quality to create novel, high quality and task appropriate idea that can enable problem to be redefined and sorted. The analytic part of the creative thinking involve examining and evaluating of one's ideas, identifying the area of weakness and strengths and improve on the idea. The practical part entail using intellectual skill to communicate and advance the idea. According to Sternberg, a holistic approach to create thinking is the best. It's guarantee a better outcome. Amiable also envision the personality characteristic of individual involved in the creative process as essential to the creative process. She stated that self-discipline and ability to tolerate ambiguity as key personality trait in the creative process. According to Amabile, intrinsic motivation is vital to creativity and innovation. The passion to solve a problem because it's interesting, engaging, satisfying, and challenging is central to the creative process. The extrinsic motivation pale is comparison to intrinsic motivator. State that the interest and enjoyment in the work itself make people more creative and not intrinsic motivator. The extrinsically motivated individual will take the shortest path to solve a task in order to achieve the reward, while an intrinsically motivated person will enjoy the process and will accomplish once the objectives are met. The end product may be better due to the process and time taken. However, the extrinsic motivator can undermine the creative effort. Their presence or absence is essential to the innovative environment. A balance is necessary for the optimal reward. Teresa Amibil, theory is relevant. Theory is relevant here. In promoting creativity and innovation in the workplace. That is very important. The approach can be used to design a creativity and innovation program in the organization. The company will benefit from the earlier state benefit of creativity and innovation. The first step will be transform the company into a learning organization. Knowledge and expertise are a vital component to creativity, and the board can promote organization learning so as to enhance the creative process. Managers and employees should be employed based on their expertise and capability to scale up their knowledge. Taha Hanel in 2015, they mentioned page 1921, persist that the future managers and employees of an organization require an education that promote and develop their creative capability. Setting up infrastructure that create a learning environment is essential in enhancing creativity and innovation. Promoting creative thinking is also a positive leadership skill that should be encouraged at the workplace. It entails creating an environment where employees feel comfortable in airing their views and ideas. The management need to encourage the employees to voice out their views, create brainstorming activity, and actively sort out employees' idea on particular problem. Mistake made by employer in the creative process should be tolerated, and they should be encouraged to view and examine the mistake as a learning experience. Actively engaging the staff in the innovation process enhance their feel of well-being and belonging, and therefore they are more willing to contribute to the success of the company. Identifying the intrinsic motivator and extrinsic motivator is a task also enhance the possibility of achieving positive result. A company should hire an employer whose personal vision is aligned to the vision of the company. The hiring procedure should be able to identify individuals who share the passion and interests of the firm. The company should also be able to promote an intrinsic work environment. It can be achieved through creative, challenging work, engaging employees in decision-making and giving regular feedback. Extrinsic motivating factors also play a role in creativity. They have an effect on the intrinsic motivating factor. The organization needs to revamp its reward system to reflect the employee's effort. The firm can pay competitive wages and provide opportunity for career advancement. Employers can be mentored by their superior on creativity and innovation. A conducive working environment is also essential in creativity and innovation. The appropriate social environment is critical if the positive outcome of innovation are to be achieved. Creativity and innovation has been a critical skill for organization in achieving success. The skill enables manager to explore and innovate new ways of doing things within an organization. Creativity and innovation is also a vital problem solving tools. The need to create for creativity solving arises as more leadership problem require a creative insight in a bid to come up with an appropriate solution. Creativity and innovation is also vital in adapting to the changing business dynamic and trend. Change is a feature of the current business reality. Change is a feature of the current business reality. Technology and digitization has had a great impact on business model and revenue stream. For a business to remain relevant, its management and employees must enhance the creative process. The management have to initiate, innovate process that are in line with the current business demand. This will enable the company to have solutions that meet the consumer's preference and needs. The innovative process will also enable the company to have a competitive edge in a dynamic business environment. The creative process also positively affect employees' performance. The managers in an organization should be creative and innovative. They should also be able to communicate their vision to fellow employees so that it becomes a shared vision. The leadership should also ensure they promote creativity at the workplace. This will be achieved by creating a conducive environment where employees can contribute to innovation in the company. Now, Jewell and Howe in 2016 they mentioned in a study to measure how the creative engagement in the workplace affect employees, found that it has a positive relationship with their in-house performance. Creativity and innovative is therefore one of the positive leadership skills that the board of directors should foster in the business, since it can improve employer performance. These are my, you can see the reference at the end if you have a look at my slide. And I thank you very much for your time and attending to my presentation. I thank you very much. I hope this will assist leaders of tomorrow. Thank you.